What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Ghost Tale podcast. I'm here with my famous, glorious, most talented cousin, Timothy Bloom.
Bang. And I'm with the glorious, most famous, one of my favorite cousins.
What started you getting into music?
Church. I mean, there's something about like gospel music that kind of like, going to my dad's church, being able to, my first instrument was like playing the drums. So just like keeping rhythm, keeping time, there was no keyboard player, there was no pianist, no organist, nobody, but just the drums. So to be able to keep the heartbeat going and everybody's, dancing and, just, praising the Lord, worshiping. That was the thing that like got me excited about wanting to know what music was, or like the thing that like kind of drove me to want to pursue it, what it could do to like, make people feel and have certain types of moods. So church was that one thing that always, even now to today, like it just drives me. So that, I mean, obviously church was a big deal for me. And then, back in the day, we used to have those little Walkmans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, going to school, like on the bus, always listening to like different types of music and stuff like that. I mean, growing up, like my dad, my mom, we couldn't listen to certain types of music until we got older. But having an older brother, come on, like we're gonna sneak.
Oh yeah.
Like listen to all types of stuff, which pretty much, opened my my psyche up just to like, wow. But why can't we listen to this type of music? And we'll just do some more research.
Yeah.
So the more research I started to do is the more I started to learn and build. And like we used to have this like cassette player, and my dad, like he would have this box of like these like blank tapes, these those white ones.
Yeah.
He would record his sermons on, and me and my little brother Junior, we would take the tapes and we would record ourselves. And we would like actually take one tape, put on the other side to record ourselves. So we would like use up a lot of tape.
Oh yeah.
To just make one song. That's how we would record.
Yeah.
Right? And so that started happening. I got an opportunity to go to Germany for a year, just to work on production skills, and like I toured out there with a group. That was really cool. Came back home. Traveled to Atlanta for a week and, learned how to use an MPC. That was like a new world for me. And then after that, like moved to LA, and the rest is history.
Like what would you describe like your style or type of music?
When I first started out, it was like R&B, right? And then it came from R&B to hip hop. And then it went from that to like, I was heavy on like, I did a rock album. And then I started working on just like an instrumental album with just me, just doing like a jazz thing situation. And then I started like, listening to country music, and I started incorporating that to song. So basically, what has transpired now today, like I can't put the music in a box. So I would just call it like a plethora of like all the genres of music, and I just like mix them into one. And I wouldn't know what to call it, maybe alternative or alternative soul, alternative R&B, whatever the case may be, but I can't really just put it in a genre, because I use all the elements of music in my songs.
Name some of the artists that you worked with and some of your greatest accomplishments working with, some of those artists.
Working with Neo. And that was just on some like serendipity, because I didn't even know. I wasn't in the studio when he wrote the song. I wasn't around when he was like, I want this for my album. I was oblivious to the whole situation, and then all of a sudden you get that phone call like, can we get the split sheets? Neo like loves the track that you did, blah, blah, blah. And I actually erased the track because I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So my friend, she was on a tour bus with him, and she was playing the music, and he was like, I like that track, what is it? And then we won a Grammy from that actual album. And I was happy to be a part of that. I was the only producer outside of his camp that produced on that actual record. another accomplishment is like working with Smokey Robinson. That was like, that's for me like a claim to fame. And that was just being at the right place at the right time. And that was just in the back house of the studio. He walks in like, bam, Smokey's right there. And he's just sitting there like, I love the music, I want to work with you. And I'm like, what? Smokey?
Smokey's a legend.
You know what I'm saying? Super legend. And I tell the story all the time. It can't ever get old because it's Smokey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a dream, you know, when I'm coming up in the, you know, in the music industry. And then Chris Brown, once I was, you know, with Interscope, that was another Grammy that happened. And just blessed, man. Just some really cool accomplishments. But I think my greatest accomplishment is just being able to do it, you know, because it's a gift that, you know, we have like every single day just to work on our craft. So that's powerful.
How was that working with a legend like Herbie?
Herbie, like, I mean, he's a huge mentor, but he loved music. Like we didn't work on the actual record together. I did that record actually in London, and when he heard it for the first time, he was like, this is like, I mean, his eyes like just lit up, and it was like, you know, having a moment to himself. And basically it was like, whatever I can do, let me know. And then like a few weeks later, because we were getting ready to start shooting a video for that record, there's that phone call. There's always those phone calls, these just unexpected things that just happen. And he was like, he wanted to be a part of the visual. And I was like, well, do you mind playing my dad? You know, we create like a scene. He was like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. My real dad, he got jealous because he was like, why didn't you use me? It's like, Dad, it's Herbie. Come on.
Yeah, just that visual of the beginning to tell that small story before you actually get into the song. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, man, it felt good. It felt good. It's funny because we were actually in his house, and his wife Gigi, like, she was like really like, don't move any furniture. And Herbie's like, that doesn't make any sense. We have to move furniture. Like, he's like, they're going back and forth, like batting back and forth because obviously the furniture is like antique.
Yeah.
He's like, don't touch my stuff. Like, and Herbie had to take her to the back room, like, babe, we're gonna have to move some stuff because there's a camera crew here, there's lighting, there's all this. And then she was, after a while, she got like uncomfortable with it, but you know, we were really, really careful.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. It was really cool.
This man was the first person to put me on stage. I remember walking up the stage, I almost tripped. Cause I was so nervous. And I introduced myself and I said whatever I said. And then I got off. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, I don't remember what I said.
I remember like before we went, like you were practicing the poem. You was like, really, like you had it down packed. And then the poem started going like, you started off and then it started to go really slow. Really slow. It started to fade away. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
You know, as a poet, when you say one good line and somebody in the crowd goes, I was like, yeah, I got that. I'm done. Let me get off this stage. I remember getting off stage and the violinist that you had at the time, she was sitting there off the stage. She was like, you did good. And I was like, yo, I don't know what I said. Like, I don't know what I did. Getting up there and getting that exposure to what, you know, being on stage and, you know,
opening up.
And I'm used to, you know, just sitting back, writing the stuff down on a piece of paper and like giving it to somebody, you know, writing for somebody and then giving it to that person, or even storing it to where like I can put it in a book form, show the world like, yo, I have this, you know, ability. And it can be like something simple, but getting the fact to where, you know, getting comfortable to where I can get in front of people and start to, you know, present myself. You were the first person to give me that opportunity. You want, if I'm doing a show, you can come open up for me. You gave me that gold, that green light to just
absolutely
be like, whenever.
How is the stage presence now?
You know, it's getting better. You know,
wait, wasn't that like 3 years ago?
I still have my moments where, you know, I'll get nervous, but it's like once I get up there,
it's just,
yeah. But it's the moments before, it's like, yo, am I picking the right piece?
Right.
you know, is this the right content for, you know, for this? But it's like, what I write on that paper, it's a true feeling of how I feel. My stuff is more free flowing to where it feels like I'm talking to you. So I'm having a conversation to you, but it's one-sided because you're hearing everything that I'm saying. Like, I'm pouring out, you know, my emotion to you. So getting to that level of, you know, just as being comfortable with myself to be like, all right, I'm gonna tell this group of crowd how I felt, you know, about this certain thing. But, you know, I couldn't do it without you giving me the opportunity to expand myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, you know. I mean, if you want it that bad, a lot of people always say like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you know, luckily I've been in positions where, I mean, you know, give them a platform to at least to express themselves. So it's not, now it's up to you, you know, to get up there and like express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind. I like sharing the stage. That's one thing about me. I love sharing the stage. You know, and sometimes I will step all the way to the side, you know, and just be like, I just want to just watch and see like somebody grow and to be in their true form, their true.
Yeah, one thing that you told me, and to this day, it stuck with me. You were doing the show at the Whiskey A Go Go, and I remember when he was in the parking lot getting all the equipment, MC Light had pulled up and walked by, and I was like, yo, that's MC Light. Like, I was hyped, and you came up to me and you was like, yo, act like you've been here before. And I was like, I've never met her. Like, to me, she's a legend. Like, I'm getting to see her in person. Like, I'm hyped. But, you know, for you to say that, like, act like you've been there before, it shows where, you know, as somebody being a fan, you can be a fan, but at the same time, like, we're here to do a job. We're here to be professional. Like, you gotta carry yourself.
Oh, trust me,
in a certain way.
I have my moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when, all right, so Timberland, he called, we were at Record Plant. We go to the studio because he wants to hear like the new records on we were working on. And I get there and like we were going back and forth, just listening. And you know, it was just me and him. And then all of a sudden, Rihanna walks into the room, right? And so she walks into the room, and he like, in my mind, I'm like, wait, did Rihanna just walk into the room? Right, you know what I'm saying? But me, I had to have this whole like total control because I would have been like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
oh my God,
fanboy.
I can't believe that you're here. Oh my God, it's Rihanna. She's right in front of me. Oh my God. But come on, like, I mean, after a while, it's like you got to keep your cool. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, Tim, he was like real cool. Like, he was, I don't know if he's shy or something like that, but he was just real cool. And then you hear that. And Tim was just like, oh man, you played real cool, didn't you?
Yeah,
and when she leaves, you know, it's like, I'm like, was that Rihanna? It's like, man, you played that real cool.
Hey, some of them moments you get like the sweat, you start.
No, I wasn't sweating. It was just like, you know, like now like you're in that light, you know what I'm saying? And now you're around all these people that, you know, that you've seen in videos, you've seen in TV shows, and it's like, wow. Like now these people are trying to like be friends and like hang out and do all this stuff, and and still in the back of your mind, and you're just like, I cannot believe like I'm hanging out with like such and such and such. Like, wow, okay. You just gotta keep your cool, and then like next morning, like, wait, did that really just happen?
Yeah,
that's truth.
All right, thank you for this interview.
Done, man.
Sitting here talking, chopping it up. Man,
easy.
Family.
All day.
Thank you guys for watching this version of Ghost Tales. See you later. Thank you.